All right, so hopefully you watched the first video where we talked about finding the area of triangles. Again, area of a triangle, base times height divided by 2. That also can be written as, if you're looking online, you might see it written as 1/2 base times height. Both of those are equivalent. Okay, so either way you can use that. Okay, so what if we have a triangle and specifically, let's say we have some right triangles, but we don't have special right triangles and we want to find the area of the triangle. So let's look at an example. Let's say I have this right triangle and I'm only given that this angle is 40 degrees and I am given one of the legs, let's say that this leg is 5, and I want to find the area. So again, area base times height divided by 2. Base and height have to be perpendicular. So here's that perpendicular angle. This could be considered the base, and this is the height. If I were to rotate that triangle, okay, meaning if I were to rotate and put this here, then this could be the base and this is the height, okay? So I'm going to leave it like this. This is the base. I don't have the height. I can't use Pythagorean theorem because I don't have the hypotenuse. I also can't use special right triangles. This is not a 45-degree angle. It's also not a 30, 60, 90. So what am I going to do? I'm going to go to trig. That's right. Okay. So we got trigonometry that can help us. SOHCAHTOA. I'm going to write that down just to remind us. So SOHCAHTOA. And I'm noticing again, how do I know which one to use? I don't have the hypotenuse, so I can't use sine or cosine. So I'm going to use tangent. So tan 40, I'm going to look across. This is opposite. This is adjacent. So I'm going to write tan 40 degrees h over 5. Now, how do I find tan 40 degrees if I'm at home and I don't have one of the calculators we have at school? I'm going to go to Desmos. Okay, and I'm going to go to Desmos. I'm going to first make sure I go into the settings, which is that little wrench in the top right corner, and I'm going to choose degree mode. It will always be in radian mode. We haven't talked about radians, another way to measure triangles, angles. So make sure it's in degree mode and we will use Desmos. If I'm at home and I don't have my computer, then you're probably not watching this video, but if you know you are at home and you don't have anything, you can just leave it as tan 40, okay? But you should have that if you're watching this video. All right, so if I use Desmos, tan 40 degrees would be 0.84. So I'm going to write now 0.84 equals h over 5, and I'm going to put that over a 1. I'm going to write the cross product and solve that for h, and we would end up with 4.2. So that would be my area. Okay, all right, let's look at one more. All right, so same thing. What if I have, I'm going to erase that up there. Okay, leave SOHCAHTOA. What if I have a right triangle and let's say it's a 20 degrees here, and I don't have either of the legs, but I do have the hypotenuse. Let's say it's 8. Okay, so if I want to find the area, base times height divided by 2, I don't have the base, I don't have the height. What am I going to do? Again, I'm not using a special right triangle because 20 degrees is not one of our special right triangles. I'm going to use trigonometry again. All right, so which one am I going to have to use now? Well, I don't have these 2 legs. That rules out tangent. Can't use it. I'm going to have to use sine and I'm going to have to use cosine. Okay, so I'm going to call this base. I'm going to call this height. Using this angle, if I use sine first, sine would be the side opposite over the hypotenuse. So I'm going to write sine 20 degrees, h over 8. Okay, and just like I did in the previous problem, I would go to Desmos, find out what sine 20 degrees is. It is 0.34, so I would write 0.34 equals h over 8. Drop that over a 1, write my cross product, meaning 8 times 0.34, and that is 2.72. So I'm going to get my height, it is 2.72. Okay, now, unfortunately, I'm not done yet. Okay, now I've got to find the base. So I'm going to have to go back and do the same thing, but base, if I'm using this angle, this is the side adjacent, this is the hypotenuse. So I'm now going to use cosine 20 degrees to have the base over 8. And I'm going to go through the same thing that I did in the previous problem. Go to Desmos, cosine 20 degrees is 0.94. So 0.94 is b over 8. Write that cross product. My base would be 7.52. We might be thinking, we're done. We're not done yet, okay? Because we haven't actually found the actual question. We want to find the area, okay? So now I'm almost done. Now I'm going to go and I'm going to do base times height. So I'm going to do 7.52 times 2.72, base times height. What do I want to do? That's right, divide by 2. Base times height divided by 2. And I don't have my calculator handy in front of me, so I'm going to leave that right now. And you could do that too if you were at home. But all I would do is just go to Desmos, okay? Or if you have, you can use a calculator on your Chromebook. I do 7.52 times 2.72 divided by 2. All right. Okay. I hope that's helpful. As I've said previously, if you're not sure about something, Google it. Okay, I'm having lots of questions myself about technology and how do I do things, and I'm finding that I can find a lot of it if I just ask the right question onto Google, and then of course I have to practice it. I gotta practice it. Okay, I miss you guys terribly. I really, really do. I miss each and every one of you. So please join in the Zoom videos. I really like to see and hear I like to see your faces and I like to hear your voices. Okay.